This morning, the damage from a computer attack on Sony Pictures Entertainment is far from over. The hackers took new movies like Fury and Annie and leaked them on the internet. And Sony executives say some of the studio's internal records were stolen.
The data includes thousands of employees' addresses, salary information, and social security numbers. Author and reporter Brian Krebs covers the world of cyber attacks. His new book is Spam Nation, the inside story of organized cybercrime from global epidemic to your front door. Welcome.
Good to see you again.
What's the most alarming thing about this attack on Sony?
Well, I think just the sheer destruction of it. Many companies are really unprepared for an attack that comes in and just tries to destroy all the data within an environment. A lot of companies are set up to triage individual malicious software infections, but when it gets to this level of maliciousness, I think a lot of companies are taken a little back because some of these attacks seem opportunistic. This definitely was not.
So what can employees do, Brian, to protect themselves? You know, they released some very personal information, and I understand that on some of the websites you saw shots of the executives with their bodies mutilated that we can't even show on TV.
Right, some pretty macabre stuff. In short, people can protect themselves by filing a fraud alert. You just have to contact one of the 3 major credit bureaus, and the one that you contact has to, by law, alert the other 2. And that basically makes it so that anybody who tries to open new lines of credit in your name has to get your permission first. They have to call you. Or you can file a credit freeze. There's a fee associated with this, but this makes it so that nobody can actually look at your credit file unless they get your express permission.
Brian, the theory is that this attack was carried out by North Korea in retaliation for this movie that Sony is putting out. Is North Korea capable of such an attack?
You know, I think there are a lot of people who are really working hard to try to figure out what exactly North Korea's capabilities are on the cyber front right now. It's a little unclear, but we have seen attacks like this in that area before. It was last year, I think, a major bank in South Korea had tons of its systems completely erased, just like this, and a lot of people were pointing the fingers at North Korea in that attack as well.
All right, Brian Krebs, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.